Hello students, today I am going to talk about the RTI Act 2005. Today it has been reported in the Hindu newspaper that has the RTI Act fulfilled its purpose. So in this context, we will do a critical analysis of the Act comprehensively. Now, if you want to know about the RTI Act and whether it has fulfilled its purpose or not, before that you should know the historical background to build your introduction in any question coming on RTI. So the very first thing you can use in your answer, that the importance of information. The importance of information is given in the words of Thomas Jefferson, as he has said that information is the key to democracy. Along with this, if you want to have the vibrant civil society, then information is must. And today in the age of digital age, which we say, information becomes significant. Each and everything depends on the information. The very first thing you can mention is of Thomas Jefferson. After that, you can say that even Universal Declaration on the Human Rights and International Convention on Civil and Political Rights have also recognized the freedom of information as one of the pillars for the speech and expression. Along with this, if you will see in the Indian scenario, then in the Constitution it is not explicitly mentioned, but if you will see, then in the Rajanarayan case and also in Kulwal versus Jaipur Municipal Corporation, it has been said by the court that right to information is the part of Article 19 Clause 1 of the Indian Constitution. Then it can be the historical background for the right to information. And after that, a grassroots movement has started, and then it has been resulted into a legal piece, and that is called the RTI Act. Now, what was the reason for the adoption? Why there has been a grassroots movement by the people to have the right to information? It is because of the rising corruption, and along with this, the modernization of society has started after 2000, and you can say after the forces of globalization, when we knew about the new concept of justice, new concept of the rights, when international NGO starts coming to India, working with the people, giving them an idea of the importance of the information, and then the society began to modernize and understood that the information key and information holds an important significance in the democracy. And at the same time, if you will see, then there was an international pressure also, because more than 50 countries have the legislation on right to information, and also it is recognized at the international and the global platform. Then what is the objective of the Act? For the objective of the Act, I will say better to mention the second ARC here, because the second ARC says that right to information helps in fulfilling four important pillars of the good governance, that is transparency, accountability, participation, and predictability. These are the four things, or these are the four features that gets strengthened because of right to information. So this is all about the background which will help you in analyzing or in writing better answers. Now if you will see the features of the Act, there are many provisions and the clauses in the Act, which I have divided into two parts. First is a structural part. So I will say that what is very important in the last, that which section is important for the examination perspective. But before that, if you will see section 2, clause J or 2 clause. So basically these two sections talks about the meaning of information. What is information? So information which is present in the physical as well as electronic form, in any case, that is record, that is circular, that is momos, and anything. Okay, so basically that will come under the meaning of information. Any information through email, contracts, records, anything. And the second is right to information. It means that where you will go for asking for your information, you will go to the public authority. And what is the meaning of public authority? It is given in section 2, and that says any office which is constituted as per the constitution, which is constituted as per the law, which is constituted as per the notification, comes under the meaning of public authority. This is the structural part. Second important structural part you can see in section 12 and section 13, that talks about the information commissioner at the central and at the state level. Section 12 and section 13 is little bit exhaustive because it talks about the who will appoint the information commissioner, who can be information commissioner, what is the terms and the conditions of the service that is given in your Lakshmikant. That is not important from the mains perspective, but yes, this is the structural part of RTI. Now we will see the functional part. The very important for your examination perspective that you can write in your mains examination is section 4, because section 4 talks about the suo motu disclosure of information by the public offices, suo motu disclosure. And therefore, you can give the best example, that is the Jan Suchna portal of Rajasthan. The second important section is section 8, because section 8 clause 1 says that there is an exemption given under RTI where you cannot get information. And the best example here is Official Secret Act. But at the same time, in section 8 clause 2, it is written that if something is of public interest, try to understand, if something is of public interest, then information should be given even after that it is coming under Official Secret Act. Understood the importance? Now the another important section under the functional aspect is section 19, that is appeal. Before that, I just want to tell you that if you want to get information, you will go to the public information officer and he or she has to give information within 30 days. If he is not giving information, or if he is giving a wrong information, then you can make an appeal to the appellate authority, and that is called first appeal. If the appellate authority is also not giving you an information, you can make a second appeal before SIC, that is a State Information Commissioner, or before CIC, depending upon the subject is of state government or subject is of central government. If they are not giving you information correctly, then the third appeal can be made before the High Court. So this is the structural and functional part of the RTI. Now we will see what is the achievement of the Act. So everybody knows that the achievement of the Act is unearthen some of the important corruption case in India, that is Adarsh housing scam, Vyapam scam, Commonwealth game scam. Along with this, I will say, along with this, there are many other areas where it has strengthened the voice of the common people. For example, students were not getting a scholarship in Telangana, and RTI has helped in this context. Along with this, the victim, that is the mother and the son, were not getting compensation after the accident on the road. Because of the RTI, they have got the fund under the Victim Compensation Fund. Along with this, people got to know about the IIM criteria of admission, where one student was denied to get admission in IIM Bangalore, and later on, because of RTI, it was found that the management is giving weightage more to your marks in class 10th and 12th rather than your percentage in CAT. Then public distribution scam has been unearthed in Assam. Then in UP, the teacher was absconding from the school for more than a month or for more than few months, then people got to know that why not the teacher is coming into the school. And because of the RTI, it has fixed accountability on the education department. So these are the different achievements of RTI. And according to Satark Nagrik Sangathan, the problem it has been highlighted by Satark Nagrik Sangathan that already the number of RTI filing has increased enormously, but disposal of the case, giving the information, is limited only to 45% of the case. Along with this, Commonwealth Human Rights Initiative has given a detailed study, and it has said that RTI filing has increased by 83%, but the number of PIO has increased by only 18%. So now you can understand that how the inadequacy of PIO is defeating the purpose of RTI. So this two examples or this two case study can be used in examination, that is the study of Satark Nagrik Sangathan and Commonwealth Human Rights Initiative. Now, whenever we are talking about the challenges, you can start your answer by giving these two data. So now we will look into the structural issue. The structural issue is threat to the life, because we don't have the adequate whistleblower protection mechanism, and 99 RTI activists have lost their lives. More than 180 RTI activists have been threatened, and the recent death is from Vidisha in MP, where the contractor was murdered only because he was asking for the information on the road building in his area. The second structural issue is of vacancy of PIO, vacancy of information commissioner, vacancy of state information commissioner also. In Andhra Pradesh, for the last 2 years, there was a vacancy of the information commissioner, and the Supreme Court has to intervene. Even after that, a state information commissioner has not been appointed. This is the problem, a structural problem. Now the major problem we will see here, that is the functional problem. The very first functional problem you can see in the conflict of laws. This is very important. RTI is in conflict with the law. So the first law in which RTI is in conflict is Indian Evidence Act. Section 123 and section 124 talks about holding the information. That's the problem, holding the information. Now, the second thing you can say, Central Civil Service Act. Central Civil Service Act. Central Civil Service Act also talks about that the civil servant should not disclose any official record. The third is Atomic Energy Act. Again, this is prohibiting the disclosure of information. Then everybody knows about Official Secret Act 1923, that the public official can say anything as confidential and will not disclose the information. This is the functional issue. Another functional issue you can say is, just I am giving you some of the examples you will understand. Another functional issue is of logistic issue. We all know that how the records are being maintained in India or in the offices. धूल फाक रही है, बोलते हैं ना लोग, एक कॉमन पैरेलल्स है कि जो फाइल से वो धूल फाक रही है. क्यों भाई? Because we don't have any mechanism of maintaining the records. Then you can also mention about some of the states have constrained the filing of RTI application by telling that you cannot file your information or you cannot file an application asking for information for more than 150 words. So how a common man will write everything within 150 words? Obviously, he or she requires an expertise. Another common problem is, for example, a department is a very big department, or a ministry is a very big ministry, and there are 8 or 10 departments in the ministry. So if you are asking information to one department, then the PIO is telling or is replying that this information is related to another department of the same ministry, and therefore I cannot furnish the detail. This is another problem. So this is not the fault of the people who is asking the information, of the person who is asking the information. The fault is of the department or the ministry, that they don't have adequate number of PIO. This all are the challenges. Therefore, in suggestion you can give, lastly in the suggestion you can give the second ARC recommendation, that is talking about the cataloging and indexing of records. So that cataloging and indexing of records, so that you can maintain the file or you can maintain the record efficiently and you can furnish the information. Then at the same time, training to the PIO and regional offices needs to be opened, so that the people can ask the information at their near to their you can say near to their places or where they are living. Then also you can say that the vacancies should be filled. At the same time, you can say some of the best model, that is of Bihar, that you can file RTI application 24/7 by calling on a landline number. That is another thing, that there is no one to pick the phone. That's another problem. But yes, this is the best model which you can mention. So this is all about the RTI Act. And so I think that now you can easily write any answer on RTI. I know that I have not touched the recent RTI amendment. So that is also a part of the procedural issue, because I knew that you people have read the recent RTI amendment that is resulting into the centralization of the power, and government has brought an amendment to seize all the power of the RTI in their own hand. That is also one kind of challenge. So that's all about the RTI. I hope that you people are enjoying the session, enjoying all the topics which I have discussed with you. The next time I will come with another topic. So thanks to all of you.